Welcome back to the two-man advantage. Unless you've been living under a rock the last week and a half, you know that the NFL.
I have a very nice rock, okay?
Well, yeah. Hard and soft, yeah. Unless you've been living under a rock the last couple of weeks, you know that the NFL is going through a public relations nightmare with both the Adrian Peterson child abuse scandal and the Ray Rice fiasco handled by the league office. So, Darren, I asked you just your initial impression of the event. The events that have happened over the last week and a half and what it means for the future of the league.
Well, it's just like you said, once the dam bursts, when it rains, it pours, and it's been pouring. First started with the Ray Rice, and then Adrian Peterson, and then Greg Hardy, and then Ray McDonald from San Francisco.
Do these guys learn?
No, they don't, because obviously, and you could say back and forth, oh, this is a violent sport, and you should understand, well, I understand that there should be more, training and teaching and education on these guys before you draft them, before you sign them to these contracts. You have to know what kind of people they are. Yeah, they may perform great on the field and beat up their wives at home, but in this day and age, you can't do this. You just cannot. I don't know if it's just they have blinders on when they're recruiting these guys and signing them to these big deals. But
talent talks, right?
That's talent. But it's more about being a good person. You can be an asshole on the field. That's fine. But be a good person. Treat others with respect. You should treat women with respect, without a doubt. You should never ever raise a hand to a woman. But with everything, and especially with kids and childs, man, those are the two big things that people will not put up with. Beating up women and hitting your child. I understand.
The two worst things.
It is.
And
it
it happens in the same week for the NFL. What a joke!
Exactly, and this is the start of the NFL season, and on Sundays, they were talking more about Adrian Peterson and Ray Rice and Greg Hardy than the games itself. It was like 45 minutes on the pregame show just about that, not about the game. And you want to watch football, you want to enjoy the game, but it's very distracting for the fan to sit there and listen to all this, because it kind of makes you sick to your stomach when how all these people are just. All these allegations you hear and everything, it's just really bad, and I hope there has to be some very drastic changes. And I hear sponsorships are pulling, Peterson's jerseys out of their stores, and Radisson walked away from the Minnesota Vikings, which is a huge sponsor for them. So they're losing Anheuser-Busch.
McDonald's is threatened.
A lot of these big corporate sponsors are leaving because they don't want to be associated with a league.
I don't blame them.
That will employ people that hit their wives or people that hit their kids. It's just one bad thing after another.
It's messy. It's super messy.
It's a very slippery slope. Absolutely.
You make examples out of scrums and excuses for stars. I mean, that's simple. I mean, as long as the league is making money off these players, they'll continue to be tone deaf to these issues. And we see it by the owner's support of the commissioner, who completely dropped the ball with the Ray Rice thing. And it's as long as they continue to make money, all of these issues, they're looking for the quickest way to sweep them under the rug. But the NFL, one of the things they have to do is take some of the power away from Roger Goodell, because right now he's judge, jury, and executioner. I mean, if you have a suspension in the league, you appeal it back to him. I mean, what sense does that make? So I have very strong opinions on this issue because, for one, I just would never fathom beating a woman or hitting a child with a tree branch. And I understand that growing up in a different culture, you're accepted to this, but this is, you're exposed to this, sorry. You're exposed to different sorts of discipline. And the fact that Minnesota was originally going to allow him to play. I'm glad they reversed their decision because unless and Minnesota, too, is building a new stadium with stadium money or public money for their new stadium. So they mounted under the pressure of trying to stay in good faith of the public. But as a whole, the NFL dropped the ball, and it's just sad to see that they had to make so many mistakes before they got it right.
So I want to leave on this note. I think eventually the fat pig needs to be slaughtered, and I think the NFL is getting too big and too money hungry and greedy for its own good. These players need to be held accountable for what they do. I think they've had like 53 domestic abuse issues, and they've had like 15 games suspended.
Yeah.
How the hell does that work? You don't see this anywhere else besides the NFL.
Right.
So, where does it start? The top, the bottom? I really don't give a damn.
Well, it starts with Goodell.
Everything starts at the top, and like they said, they put in new rules, which I don't. It's about time. I thought they always had these rules that if you are you hit a wife or you hit your woman, it's first time it automatically 6 games, and then you get cut. Second time, you're done.
Yeah.
And now that they changed the rules for the drugs and the drug supplements that you can have in your system, so Wes Welker will be back this week, and Josh Gordon might be back by week 10 of the NFL season. So they're slowly now, because they got caught with their blood on their hands, they're trying to make all the right moves now. But still, it's gonna get a lot messier before it gets better.
It's unfortunate, and as an NFL season ticket holder of the Detroit Lions, and of course an avid watcher of the NFL, it really makes me start to second guess what exactly I'm investing my money in. So stick with us. We got more 2 Minute Advantage podcast coming up.